Welcome to the Saturday Morning Serial Podcast. I am Jacob, aka Mr. Also. I am joined by my partners in crime, Aaron. Don't call him Aaron, he'll turn green, and Martez. We are the hosts of the Saturday Morning Serial Podcast. We review and react to your favorite video game news, TV shows, movies. And today we're actually gonna do a origin series of Kang. So, for you guys don't know who Kang the Conqueror is, we're going to go over him and see what he means to the MCU and the future MCU and everything else. But first, how are you guys doing? Look like Aaron got kicked
He
out. He
got
couldn't hear me.
pruned and shit, man.
Yeah, yeah, he got pruned. How you guys doing?
Pretty good, man. This week didn't suck like I thought it would, but it was good, man.
hmm
Um, rock and roll.
Okay. What about you, Aaron? How
Yeah,
was your week?
things are good. Watch Masters of the Universe. Public service announcement. Do not complain that it's not He-Man in the Masters of the Universe. It is Masters of the Universe. Without spoilers, so don't complain when you watch it.
What does that
Exactly.
mean?
Uh, it ain't about He-Man.
Oh,
Yeah, it ain't the He-Man show, and
okay.
people can't get behind that. I watched a little bit of it based on what you were saying, and it's good. it's just not about just him. It's about the Masters of the Universe, which is cool. That's
hmm
more dynamic anyway, because shows nowadays, um, with a big cast, focusing on that one character kind of kills the dynamic of everybody else. So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, so Sarah Michelle Gellar, she leads the cast as Tila. She's the main character.
Now, is this a live show?
No,
Oh,
it's Kevin Smith's continuation of the original '80s show.
oh, okay. All right, yeah, that sounds good. We can. I'm gonna probably check that out. Make sure that I watch that because
I
I
think
was a fan
about
of He Man.
He-Man's still OP, so I don't know why they complaining.
Yeah.
OP as hell, bro.
hmm
No spoilers. You need to get to episode 5. You about to be woof.
Where's it? What is it streaming on?
Netflix.
Netflix. Okay. Okay.
Episode 5 is what pissed people off. So, oh
Okay.
man.
It must have killed though, dude. But okay. Anyway, so we're about to talk about Kang the
Hot.
Conqueror, and first we'll go through his comic book origins or whatever, and he, and so we can help you guys get to know probably the most biggest or the most biggest enemy that the MCU is about to have in the future. Basically, we'll talk about too the impact that he had on the MCU coming out of Loki's finale and the future of Kang and how much, and also any theories of how we thought that he things that he did in the MCU before we even saw him. So I found some theories and everything that we can go over, and we can make sure that we can go over those and discuss them. So, first things first, his publication history. Kang first appeared in Avengers number 8. He was also created, he was created by writer Stan Lee and the artist Jack Kirby. He was first named as in the comic book as Rama Tut. And no, sorry, Kang's name was the Avengers, but he first appeared as Rama Tut in the Fantastic Four number 19 in the previous year. He was also he's he was all he's his name or he is the son of Nathaniel of sorry he is the his name he is the son of Reed Richards and his name is Nathaniel Richards. And can you guys help me out with the origin and tell me how he came about, Aaron?
Okay.
I'll let my test take this one.
Oh, go ahead, Martez.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a DC fan, he has a very similar origin to a gentleman by the name of Booster Gold.
hmm hmm
And what Booster Gold decided to do was he's from the future, and the future is simply better than the past. Technology's better, people are smarter, and that's the same thing with Nathaniel. He is a genius level, because of his bloodline. He's really,
hmm
really smart, and his technology is far advanced than anything we had during our century. So he decided, I'm gonna go back in time and I'm gonna run shit.
Mhm.
And that's what he did. You know, especially as Ramatut, he made a time machine, which looks is basically a sphinx, which is
Yeah.
why that sphinx that showed up in the other world in TVA was such a cool Easter egg because it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that might be a ship,
Yeah.
and that's what he did in that one version. So
Mhm.
everything kind of stems from that decision that he made, but the different variants of him spawned from different decisions that happen along the way.
Mhm.
Um, One decision that split off into a different variant, for example, is Iron Lad with the Young Avengers. And a lot of people say, oh, Iron Lad is just an Iron Man. No, it's actually one of his variants who decided when they found out what his future was supposed to be, I'm supposed to become a villain. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to
Mhm.
be a hero. I'm going to form the Young Avengers and I'm going to do everything in my power to stop this from happening.
Mhm.
Boom, that's one, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
And everything, all his variants happen from decisions that happen to either say, hell yeah, we gonna do this, or no, I can't become the villain. And then all these different variants spawn from that, you know.
Mhm.
Uh, the most important of which, to my knowledge, being Immortus, who pretty much is I guess you would say Kang Prime, the most
Mhm.
badass one.
Yeah.
And he resides at the end of time in a place that we already saw very, very briefly in Ant Man and Wasp. If you were looking in Quantum Realm, there's this beautiful little city in there. That's
Mhm.
his joint. I don't know if they're gonna
Mhm.
keep it like that, but in the books, that was his place, and he resides at the end of time and is a boss.
Mhm.
So Kang's super interesting, and he's one of those characters that no matter what happens, you don't know if he's gone,
Mhm.
because he'll show up in places that are so unexpected. Um, Another place that showed up in the Prune timeline universe was that Avengers Tower, but it actually said Kang Tower, not Kang like
Mhm.
K-A-N, but Qeng, which is another one of his various companies.
Mhm.
So let you know he was running shit in that place. Oh, well, So it's pretty cool, man. And the problem about Kang is his greatest asset is knowledge and
Mhm.
technology.
Mhm.
Um, a lot of folks are comparing him to Thanos in the sense that, like, we had Thanos, he was this big, powerful, strong dude. And now we got this cool black dude sitting in the chair. How he's supposed to be a threat? Because he is vastly smarter than Thanos and has vastly better technology.
Mhm.
And consider how scary that is, considering Thanos had a fucking ship that had his entire army on it. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? Like, his ship was huge, had his whole
Yes.
army on it, and his tech was good enough to literally wipe out half of a civilization in a day.
Mhm. Mhm.
And Kang's tech is shitting on that.
Right. Yeah.
This man can literally step inside and outside of time. He has memory that is photographic on a level that is beyond just photographic. He can memorize entire summaries of what's going to happen based on the prior knowledge of it and act accordingly,
Mhm.
which is what you saw on Loki. He
Mhm.
wasn't actively hitting the buzzer to teleport. He knew when they were going to attack and already had it set up so he would
Mhm.
be in a different spot.
Right.
Dog.
Right.
It's like, dog, like who plans that far out? There's only one
Mhm.
other character in Marvel who we haven't seen yet in the MCU who plans stuff out like that. And
Mhm.
I got a feeling he's coming, and that's
Mhm.
Von Doom. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
Shout out to
Yes.
Doom.
Yes. So,
So I could
okay.
gush about this dude all day because
Yeah.
Kang the Conqueror is amazing. I'm gonna let somebody else take over.
Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, Kang he's a threat. I mean, he's like the gateway to the not just more higher up villains, but more of the street level villains too. 'Cause he partners up with everyone. I mean,
Mhm.
everyone. I mean,
Mhm.
hell, we might even see Thanos come back. So he might pull a version of Thanos and partner up with him for a couple of things.
Mhm.
And I'm
Because
thinking,
yes, sir. I agree.
yeah, and since we're getting the X Men, I got a feeling that Kang is going to be one of the reasons we get the High Evolutionary.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's a bastard right there.
Yeah.
You think
hmm
you?
So
Yeah,
they, uh,
ooh,
and Kang has no superpowers. He just has the
you don't.
technology to like he has a suit that makes him strong. Period. Right. Like Thanos needed to get the gauntlet to become the ultimate power, but Thanos really didn't need it because he had an army and he was strong himself. Right. Um, so with Kang, I'm reading here that courtesy of his time ship, Kang has access to technology from any century,
Any
and
century.
and he once claimed his ship alone could destroy the moon, which it's fine, but Thanos can destroy planets, so you
But
know,
here's the
yeah.
thing. It's like this. Imagine,
Hmm.
if you will, you playing a RPG, right?
Hmm.
And you are max level.
Hmm.
You know you can run in this instance and kill everything. It's gonna
Hmm.
take time because there's
Hmm.
a lot of stuff in there. Well, you can
Hmm.
go in there, you can one shot everything. You ran through the whole level, right?
Charisma.
Hmm.
That's Thanos.
Hmm.
But you like, damn man, I'm tired of doing this shit. I wish there was a quicker way. So you find some kind of glitch or macro where you kill everything in one swipe.
Mm. Yeah.
Infinity Gauntlet.
Right. 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 Yes.
Because he
Yes.
could have went planet by planet and did
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
But why it's taking too long? I want to do it all at once.
Right.
Kang, same thing. My ship can destroy the moon. And what it means is not systematically like Thanos is doing. I land on a planet, I send my armies, they destroy everything on the planet. No,
Hmm.
it's I shot that shit and it's gone.
Hmm.
Boom, the moon's gone. So
Hmm.
in theory, the moon is, let's say, I mean, about a fifth the size of the Earth.
Yeah.
Roughly, the math's probably off on
Hmm.
that, but let's just say it's a fifth the size of the Earth. That's
Hmm.
5 shots. Earth's gone.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, he could destroy planets too, and with a lot less effort. And that's what that status for is to say, from a distance, y'all could be gone.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
and that's the tech that he got. He's ridiculous. But well, it all comes back to his use of it, application of the knowledge that he has, and his ridiculous swag, bro.
Hmm.
He brought
Like,
he brought up the RPG element, like you said. Not only that, his charisma is 10 plus. He can talk his way
Hmm.
out of just about any damn thing.
dog, he can talk
Yes.
his way out of anything, bro. And
Hmm.
that's what I'm saying. His swag on 100, man. It's like he didn't talk himself out of situations with people who normally don't even let you talk, bro.
Yeah, I mean, look at what the end of Loki. He talked himself out of getting killed by Loki, regular Loki, and he prolonged it. Right, he prolonged it until the timeline was over. Right, so or at least the timeline that he couldn't see anymore. So yeah, and the way he explained it too, at least in the MCU, how they're going to introduce it is to where all the Kangs basically met up and they all fought it out for their timelines, right? Because the different decisions that they made had made all of these different Kangs. So you had an evil Kang, you had a greedy Kang, you had all these different types of Kangs, and you just fought it out. And the one that remains in the MCU is the one that survived all of that because like we said last episode, he created that shark guy. I forget his name. It has a name. It's not Dormammu. What's that guy's name?
Elias,
Elias. Yes. So he created Elias, or captured
he
Elias and then
discovered it,
destroyed.
yeah,
Yes,
and
and
found a way
destroyed everybody
to,
else.
yeah, and he's a dog. Just think about that for a second,
Mm-hmm.
bro. He's
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
He,
So, but now that the one who remains is out the way, now we're going to get all those other Kangs, um, and we don't know which one we're going to get.
the real
And
ones.
yes, yeah, and that is the scary part for the MCU because depending on which one they can get, or depending on which one they can stop, another one can show up, right? So then, in these alternate timelines, like we said before, we're going to get other characters and everything. Like we can get Iron Lad, we can get other people that were from other universes, like the Spider Mans and things like that. So it's going to be very interesting on how they're going to do this in the future. Do you guys think or predict which king we're going to get at first?
Uh, I know the first king we're getting, the first real king we're getting is Quantumanium, and I'm thinking that he might be one of the earlier variants of the Conqueror because I think he was the one that was holding uh, Fandine, the Wasp, the original one. Because remember, she was being
Mhm.
held in the quantum realm. She said someone was holding
Mhm.
her. I think it was
Mhm.
Kang for some reason.
Mhm.
That actually is a great theory. I didn't
Mhm.
even consider that. Yeah, because I forgot that she was kind of stuck when she was in there, aside from just being in there, and it very well probably was that one. That yeah, I'm with that. I'm just gonna hop on that because that makes perfect sense,
So,
and
so,
it's
so yeah. I
organic.
mean, that does make sense. I mean, and we can go into where Kang was and the theories of where Kang was in the MCU beforehand. So they have some theories that there's one theory that when um, what's his name um, when Iron Man decided to sell the Avengers Tower in Spider Man, was it Far From Home, right? Oh no, it was Spider the first Spider Man movie in the MCU. He decided to sell the Avengers Tower. We would think they sold it either to Reed Richards or to Kang, a version of Kang already, to his company. So
That
in
would
that
make
in that
sense.
timeline is where he could have been in that whole time before he became the last one who remained. Then in the quantum realm, like you said, he was already there in the quantum realm, but then he was holding old girl hostage. They had another one too. I can't remember which one, but yeah, I think he has been there so far. But
So
the thing is, wait, the thing in the quantum realm though, isn't that still in the same timeline?
That's where one of the theories come in.
Yeah.
He who remains thought he was the only one, but the quantum
Mm-hmm.
realm is so vast and big. What if there was two of them left? Secretly
Mm-hmm.
engineering, making sure the events from Thanos do play out the way it does, so he can
Mm-hmm.
make a bigger play.
Yeah. I mean, because it's like if I mean, yeah, they use the quantum realm to go to different timelines, but if those timelines didn't exist, did they just go in the past?
Because technically, those timelines already exist, as we saw in Endgame when Ancient One broke it down to Hulk about how it works. So there's already branching timelines as of them
I
doing it.
think I think that, and I think, and there's another theory too that the ancient one was working with Kang to make sure the timeline stayed the same,
Hmm.
right? So it probably was all they all probably just went to the different places in the timeline, and she just made sure that it didn't branch off, so the TVA didn't come after them.
that's that makes sense as far as like uh would make sense. But what I think it is with the ancient one is I think it was her being so faithful to the dogma
Mm-hmm.
in the sense that it's like this is what it is, and she
Mm-hmm.
couldn't see past it. Remember, she can't see past her own death,
Mm-hmm.
which
Right.
means there is limits to what she knows.
Mm-hmm.
I think she really just didn't fucking know. I think she believed that the
Mm-hmm.
Infinity Gauntlets were the end all be all to the timeline, and that the stones rather, and that they controlled the flow of time, not knowing that they are so irrelevant in the grand scheme of things that they're a paperweight on somebody's desk somewhere. I honestly think she didn't know. Just like when it comes to these vastly powerful beings, the limits of their ability are usually in a scope of where they exist.
Mm-hmm.
Hela is ridiculously powerful
Mm-hmm.
on Asgard. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
She's powerful still off of Asgard, but
Mm-hmm.
nowhere near as destructively powerful as she is on Asgard.
Mm-hmm. Because she has her army there.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
that's literally where her power resides. The longer she's
Mm-hmm.
there, the stronger she gets.
Mm-hmm.
The ancient one is ridiculously powerful on
Mm-hmm.
Earth because she
Mm-hmm.
knows Earth. She knows our dimension or that version of Earth,
Right.
and so on and so forth. Odin is just ridiculously powerful, but once again, an Asgard thing, and he has to
Mm-hmm.
take naps every once in a while.
And he protected different realms too.
he
But
protect
yeah,
he had different planets,
yeah,
but they were all in the Idrisil tree. Never
yes,
forget that.
yeah,
Only them 9 realms. He don't give a
mm-hmm.
damn out of nothing outside of that. But
Mm-hmm.
Odin, that's the thing about Odin. That's why he lost his eye in the
Mm-hmm.
books, at least. But Odin has knowledge beyond that. He just don't care.
Yes,
You
right,
know,
right.
he's like, yeah, I know it's bigger, badder stuff beyond my 9 planets that I take care of, but this is mine.
Right.
This is me,
And
yo,
Asgard. Right.
right
It's all
here.
about Asgard. Yep.
Same thing with Wakanda, and on a smaller scale. Wakanda didn't give a shit about the rest of the planet. They cared about
Right.
Wakanda. That's how
Right.
Odin is. I don't care about anything outside the nine realms. I know that multiverses exist. I know they're big threats, but it's people be stuck in their realm, and that's why they had to have team ups and stuff because people had to convince other characters. This is a problem, bro. You should probably step in.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
enter it.
So with that being said, I think that in the MCU, I think that means that there are two kings. There were two kings, at least in that timeline.
There
Yeah.
could have
Because
been
yeah.
definitely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Especially you were touching on the sale of Stark Industries.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it may have been purchased by King Industries already,
Yeah.
maybe through subsidiaries. Because
Mm-hmm.
that's how he do. He's smart like
Yes.
that. He don't put
Mm-hmm.
his name on stuff off top. You get it through shell corporations and stuff like that. He might already be somebody that exists in the background in a boardroom somewhere where we never
Mm-hmm.
see him.
Mm-hmm.
By
Perfect
the time
point.
Mm-hmm.
by the
Yeah,
time
because
Quantum Man,
Armor
yeah,
Wars. Armor
armor.
Wars.
Yes.
Let's
Mm-hmm.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, then yeah, then if he's in the quantum realm and now he's finding out this is the perfect time since all the timelines are open, maybe it is his time to get out. Only thing is that with all these variant timelines now, um, I think how they with you think with Quantum Mania or the multiverse movie, they're going to actually bring other people in from the timelines, from the different timelines, and how do they get in?
Yeah, it's going to be a mess. I mean,
I,
just think about it like this: all Marvel movies that they got the rights back to is canon. Hell, they were
Mm-hmm.
even talking to Hugh Jackman to bring him back as Wolverine. It's like it's going to
Mm-hmm.
be a mess.
Mm-hmm.
I just say implode the timelines that didn't work on screen, pretty much like the Fantastic Four movies. I don't want to see those timelines. Let's just say they got wiped
Mm-hmm.
out. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Nicolas Cage. After that second Ghost Rider movie, your timeline can go too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it was bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Go ahead,
It's
you Marcus.
they can wipe stuff out. Like you said, it's beautiful that they can just do that now, and you can out with the bad, in with the good if you want to bring stuff. I made the face because I'm sick of Hugh Jackman, bro. I know everybody loves Hugh Jackman, but I'm ready for somebody to play Wolverine the way that I grew up with him. Okay, Wolverine. Listen, Wolverine's not this tall, sexy, handsome guy. Okay, who hug you and make everything better. He's an asshole, bro.
Yeah, but
Okay,
I.
he's like 5'5". Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a jerk, kinda. Okay, he's a hairy little jerk, and that's what I want to see because that's the reality of that character. Okay, Hugh Jackman, you were fine. Okay, we love you, but
I think it's time for this
it's
Wolverine.
time for somebody else. Let Carl Urban play Wolverine. How about
Mm-hmm.
that? Because
I
we know
think
he can play an asshole.
I think if he was going to play Logan, he should continue to play Old Man Logan because he
There
is
we
an
go.
old man now,
There you
right?
go.
So
Beautiful.
so he is an old man now. You've been playing Logan for what 20 years, so
Yes,
almost 20 years. So
Over.
thereabouts.
yeah, so it's like it's time to give it to somebody else.
Give
But
up the
then
ghost.
also let him be Old Man Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like don't leave Patrick Stewart alone too. Let him right off the sunset. Don't bring him back to
hmm
Professor X.
hmm Yeah, make him play Old Man Professor X.
Poor bastard.
You're right.
Let this
Put him,
man be.
he's already leave him in a wheelchair. He's already in a wheelchair. Put him in a nursing home. Act like he went crazy. It's like I can hear people's minds. I
That was
hear
such a good
people's
story,
thoughts.
bro. It,
hmm
because imagine losing your shit when your power is your brain, bro. That's
hmm
crazy.
hmm So yeah. All right. So I guess we're gonna continue. Our we're done with that. But do you think that what do you think Kang is going to? Okay, you guys already said the movies that he's going to probably come in. What Kang do you think is going to be in season 2 of Loki?
Oof,
When
that's
is that
rough.
supposed to drop?
It's supposed to be out before Quantum Mania, so it's
Mm-hmm.
after Multiverse of Madness, but before Quantum Mania.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's going to be one of those another one of those 6 episode build up mysteries. So I really can't
The
guess this
crazy
one
thing
out.
too is that if you look at the end of the episode, that Mobius doesn't know who that Mobius is a different Mobius. right? They're probably still going to have a different what's her name? What's up, Rovina? They're gonna have a
Ravonna.
different Ravona, yeah. In that timeline that he's into.
I
So,
I doubt it because remember, the one he who remains gave her paperwork and told her what to do before that happened. So I think it's the still same one.
but no, but they're in a different timeline with a different TVA.
But remember, Ravona left.
She got
That
out of
might
there.
have been where she went.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She left.
Miss Minutes gave her paperwork and she got
Remember,
out of there.
she knocked Mobius on his ass, and she was like, "I'm going to find real power." I'm going to find free will, and she left. She could have left and went to that timeline that Loki came back to, because remember, it's completely different. That
Mm-hmm.
might have been where she went. I'm not saying it
Oh.
is, but it could have been because she left.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
She left before everything jumped off. So Ravona's in the air. She's in the wind. She AWOL.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
She went to. She probably went to go get her man.
Like I said, Miss Minutes gave her that paperwork. So like, all right, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
waiting to hear more about Miss Minutes because there's a story there. She's more than just some kind of fascinating AI. She is.
A horror story.
She's a. Yeah, she is because she obviously is a being that exists inside
Mm-hmm.
the realm of reality. And why I say that is this: she can't be in two places at once.
Mm-hmm.
An AI can be all over the place. I can be in the ship. I can be on your screen. I can be on his screen because I'm an AI. I'm artificial. But she can only be in one place at a time. Remember, she popped up on Loki and Sylvie. Hey, what's up, guys? Scared the shit out of everybody. And she's talking to them. And then she popped up on Ravonna. Ravonna was like, "What took you so long?" "Oh, I was in the middle. I had to do something." If you're an artificial intelligence, you could have been getting the file for her and there at the same time.
Right.
So there's a
So
story
she's a
there.
physical being, and
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
the crazy thing is that she didn't even. They didn't even like. I don't know if you guys watched the behind the scenes for the Loki episodes or season one, but they didn't even touch on her at all. They showed her for a little second, but they didn't touch on her how they wanted to portray her or anything like that. They didn't touch it. So there's got to be something there.
Yeah,
There's
that's
got to be something. They touched on
uh,
every other character except for her.
I'm glad they got a season two because of all the shows, that one probably is needs the season two the most because it's a lot of stuff unanswered that we know won't get answers
Mm-hmm.
necessarily right away.
Mm-hmm.
WandaVision, the answers is coming in Doctor Strange. They literally, said pretty much, "Oh yeah, Elizabeth's gonna be in Doctor Strange too." Okay, so we know we'll get some WandaVision answers.
Do you
Falcon and the
think?
Winter Soldier, it ends. He's Captain America now, and that's
The
it.
next
So
one's
you know
Captain
when you
America 4.
exactly. So we know where that's going. But with Loki, it's like, oh shit, now what? you know,
I can't make any predictions to see Multiverse of Madness since Loki season 2 picks up after that. So whatever he does drive Doctor Strange nutty in that movie.
Do you guys
I
believe in the theory of the syncing up of WandaVision and the end of Loki's episode 6?
no,
No, that's
Mm-hmm.
no,
stretching it.
no, not like that. I do think it's relevant to each other, but to the point where the timestamps match up, and that was intentional. Happy accident, Bob Ross.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
is a Bob Ross, and it's like, but as fans, and that's the thing though, they get everything they want because as fans, the excitement that these shows and movies yield is so high that fans speculate over every little thing, so much
Mm-hmm.
to something that a small detail like that leads to wild theorizing. Everybody's
Mm-hmm.
talking about it, and they win. They win it no matter what. So I'm with it. I get it, but I think it's just wild speculation. No way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I saw two of them. I saw two different videos. I saw a video where when um she became Scarlet Witch, and when he was sitting down, he was like, "Oh, now I don't know what happens after here, after the timeline, after this part of the timeline, right?" Then I saw the other part where when she when he got killed, after he got killed, and it left, and the timelines were branching off, and that's when she was reading through the dark hole and she heard her kids, and they think that she is going to go after her kids in a different timeline now, since there are all these branches now. She's going to pull her kids from one of those timelines.
That I
Probably.
believe.
Do you believe that?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, except Loki and Scarlet Witch are both in Multiverse of Madness. There has to be a reason.
Mhm.
All hell's about to break loose.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping to see, even though we know that Kang's the big bag, overarching over everything like Thanos. Never forget that even though we know Thanos was looming in the back, other villains came along the way. You know, some of them were relevant, some of them not so much. But you got room now for your Schumer Gurefs,
Who is
Dormammu
rumored?
could come back.
Who is rumored to be the main bad guy in Multiverse of Madness, along with Nightmare?
and
Mhm.
these type of characters, Schumer Guref, Nightmare, you already know he top tier, up there
Mhm.
like on Mephisto
Yeah,
level.
they already cracked the joke in Loki first episode. So was this Nightmare? No, that's the next level. I'll help you burn that place down.
Exactly.
Right.
So, Shumagoref is one of the many angled ones, and they exist
Multi-dimensional.
in between the
The
dimensions.
dimensions. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
dimension hopping ain't nothing new for them.
Mhm.
But it's just
So,
one. It's not them. Just
yeah,
one.
yeah,
One
it's
that
just
throughout
one
the entire
because
existence.
because they don't exist in the, like you said, in the multiverse. There's only one Shumagoref
Mhm.
because they exist in between them. So that's extremely powerful too. They're more like, if you want to compare them to some media wise, they're like HP Lovecraft, monsters. The Tana Khalid fucking
If you
from the
play
sky.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, you know what he looks like.
You
Mhm.
know what he looks like, yeah.
Mhm.
Now, granted, that's a highly, highly, highly nerfed, diminished version because he's fighting with these other characters he would normally just eat and destroy. But yeah, very, very powerful. And also on the level where they exist outside of time, so they can affect things on the same type of level as Kang. So
Mhm.
these are the type of things that the Kang's army had to fight and defeat in
Mhm.
order to get control of the timeline. So,
Mhm.
like, I think it's a misconception that during the Kang War, that all there was a war between the Kangs. It was
Mhm.
other shit out there that they had to combat in order to
Yeah, and
wrest
Kang had to destroy
control.
those guys before they even fought for the timelines, right? They were the last ones that remains on all of those timelines, so they fought each other to
Yeah,
get for the main timeline.
it's like they defeated all the other threats, and all that was left was itself.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I got to kick the shit out of myself to find out which me is the best.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Which
So how?
is a devastating thought too. Think about it, dog. Imagine you in a fight with yourself and you find out you're not even the best you, bro.
Mhm.
That would kill your spirit for real. Damn,
How
it's
do
a
you
better
think?
me.
How do you think Kang is going to tie into the Avengers?
Oh, I would just probably just like how it is in the comic books. It's too late. He took over everything. It's up to the Avengers to gather their resources and deal with them. At that point, when that deal occurs, we're going to already have the Fantastic Four and the X Men, so it's going to be all hands on deck type of situation.
Facts.
Do Do you think it's going to be a situation to where the next time we see the Avengers, they're not going to understand why things changed? It's like there's
That would
going to
be
see
good.
something where like Kang is president or Kang is the leader of the Earth. Like they just wake up and this happens.
Mm, probably, because like I said, Doctor Strange is now an Avenger, so he's
Mm-hmm.
probably going to be the leader. He's the only one with
Mm-hmm.
common sense to be the leader outside of Sam. So it's going to be up
Mm-hmm.
to him because this is a threat that the Avengers. This is a type of threat that the Avengers do not deal with on a daily. This is
Mm-hmm.
a time-based situation here, and multi-dimensional. So they need an expert to lead them, get them through this.
They do. This is
What I
Strange's
think is that
domain.
I think with the Quantum Mania and the I'm about to keep saying Masters in the Universe, the Madness, the
The
multi
multiverse,
Madness verse, whatever.
the multiverse. Yeah.
I think they're gonna mess something up so bad within those two movies that they're going to need to the Avengers to fix it,
Hmm.
right? So they're gonna have to pull the best of the Avengers to try to go and fix something. That's what I'm thinking.
Multiversal Avengers. That's a great theory. I
Hmm.
like it too.
Hmm.
Um, I
Or
think,
or I'm just sticking with Secret Wars. Screw
Hmm.
it.
man, one can hope.
So it's
The
gonna be the
Russo,
I hope
Avengers
so.
Secret Wars.
yeah, the Russo brothers keep saying over and over and over again, we will not do another Avengers movie unless it's Secret Wars. This
Mm.
is all leading up to the 2015. Secret Wars
Mm,
miniseries.
Oh man, I hope
mhm,
so. I hope so, because that story's so good, bro. It's
mhm.
and the stakes are so high, bro. It's if we get Secret Wars, all bets are off, bro. Thanos could be back, but not even relevant, bro. He's just back and he there, and he and everybody like, what the hell is this guy doing there? They square up, get ready to attack it. He be like, no, listen, wait, okay, I'm here to help this time, okay.
Like,
and,
I
and
want it 50% gone, not everything.
yeah, not everything, and I need y'all to chill anyway, cause didn't I serve each of y'all already? Why is y'all even squaring up?
Yeah,
It's
it,
it's
it's
large.
yeah, it's crazy to think about everywhere that they can go just with with Kang being around, and with the Secret Wars and all of that. I mean, that's a small scale thing to what where something bigger can happen because of that. I mean, think about it. Well, it took us what 4 Avengers movies to get where we are now, right?
Yep.
So and then so to get to the next place, it's going to have to take another 3 Avengers movies to get to that ending, right? So and possibly a young Avengers or if they
I
want to
think
do
that's
all
where it's
female
headed.
Avengers,
I
stuff like
think Young
that. So
Avengers is coming because they already laying the groundwork for Young Avengers. We already got most of the Young Avengers cast lined up,
hmm
or potentials for it at least. Kang is one of them. Iron
right.
Lad. We haven't seen him yet, but we know that there's potential for him. Cassie Lang,
hmm
the new Hawkeye. They're there.
Young Loki.
Young
hmm
Loki.
hmm
Depending on which version you got, even though I think Yelena's gonna is part of the Thunderbolts, if she defects, Yelena, for Widow, it's Young Avengers is definitely gonna happen.
Do
No
you think
question
they're
about that.
Do you think they're gonna do an A-Force movie?
I hope
That's
not.
that's too political. I'm not getting into that one.
No, 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 no. No, I'm just talking about. I'm not talking about political or being political correct. I'm just talking about they have because they have the chance now to do an A-Force movie, at least a smaller one.
Disney plays to the fans. That's not happening until they
No.
receive good words about stuff. No, we're not getting A-Force.
Okay.
We'll see. I mean, I do
I would
think
love
that
to. I would
if
love
hmm
that
to.
if that Steve Rogers miniseries kicks off, I think that's going to be relevant to the next time that we see anything Kang related, like because Steve's fixing everything,
hmm
showing him put the stones back, and it's got to be something that he notices, like when he goes to put one back, he like, that's odd.
hmm
Like he look up is something simple, like he's putting the stuff back, and he look up at like Stark Tower and to see Kang Tower, and he like,
What if
that's
Steve's
weird.
already preparing for this? I mean, they didn't say he was dead.
They
They
just said
just
he's
said they
gone.
didn't know where the hell he's at. They said he's
Exactly.
gone. So
Steve,
what?
Steve, yeah, I
Yeah,
agree
he's
with
seen
that.
some shit.
hmm
He's preparing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that
Okay.
might be the reason he ain't tell the story because we assume that he just didn't want to tell about his love secrets. But when Sam asked him, he said, "No, I don't think I
No,
will." He might have been
Yeah.
protecting the timeline. You never know.
Yeah.
Steve is
Yeah.
Steve is interesting like that.
hmm
You
Yeah. I
know,
think they had a theory about that Steve too. I forget what it was, but I think no. I think with when Steve was um, putting back all the stones, either he ran into the TVA or he ran into Kang, and then Kang gave him exactly what he wanted in his timeline, which was to go back with old girl, right? So, so that Steve Rogers actually met Kang,
as I
and
say, that's kind of
yeah,
against his character. He wouldn't agree
hmm
to no nothing like that. So then,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's just we'll see,
that's a theory.
we'll
Yeah, it's
see.
a theory, but
hmm
that's one I
hmm
can't get behind because that's against his character.
it is
hmm
unless his case was compelling and he believed him, and that the
hmm
likelihood's low. But if Kang presented himself as um an ally in the sense where Steve believed in him,
hmm
then hey, like this is my buddy, this is my friend. I do it. This is one of my people.
hmm
He telling me this, then I believe it. And I doubt it, but Kang, being Kang, is good
Charisma
enough to
level.
pull that charisma level, man. You
and
know,
that's what and that's I guess that's the way I'm saying it, is like Kang rewarded him, like he thanked him, like thank you for making sure all of this happened and the timeline stayed the same. My my gift to you is what you always wanted, is to settle down with old girl, right? To never
Peggy.
leave your time with Peggy, right? So, and that's probably what he was protecting at the same time too, not telling them everything that's going on. I think he kind of knew everything that went down with Kang.
That would be interesting. I hope that there's some truth to that because that's an interesting story.
Hmm.
You know,
So it's a theory, though. It's a theory,
it
but
was
it's
Steve
it's
Rogers all along.
right. All right. So yeah, that's basically it for our Kang origin, and the future and everything. So that's anywhere else you guys want to go? Any other news and stuff that want to
Yeah,
go over?
yeah, getting on it and hoping to get verification, but it looks like they saw Vincent D'Onofrio on set of Hawkeye in the final days of filming, and character as Kingpin. So I'm starting to think if that's true, and it looks like it's true. It looks like Echo's boss is going to be Kingpin.
Mm, mm, mm. Okay. And they're going to introduce him not as well. He's still a street level villain, but not. Do you think it's going to be like a different variant of him,
Oh
or
yeah, yeah. They
okay?
said anything from Netflix is trashed. So, and
Hmm.
when we get Jessica Jones and Daredevil back, it'll be the same type of characteristics, but it's different versions of them.
Just different origin stories. They wouldn't. Well, not origin stories, but not the same ones we saw on Netflix.
Which is
Right.
perfect because it you already know what they can do, but none of the story matter in the sense of consequences. But you know what their abilities are, you know their personality, so that works. You know, I
Yes,
just
seeing Black.
Daredevil was so good, bro. Like, damn.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think that's going to be my next highly anticipated show is Hawkeye. I mean, you got Hawkeye, Elena, Black Widow, Kingpin, and Echo.
I got a
Hmm.
question for y'all. What
Okay.
y'all think gonna happen when Yelena run into Hawkeye?
mm,
I think that they're gonna fight, but it's gonna be a because him and Black Widow had that dynamic to where if they fought, they were still friends, right? So they weren't fighting as hard as they were. So I think it's gonna be like a fight, but he's gonna be like, okay, who are you? We were like, you killed my sister. Then he's like, no, I didn't kill your sister. She's like, so you're gonna have like a fight, a talk fight, right? They're gonna be talking about her fighting, then they're gonna stop.
right.
What you think, Aaron?
I think it's the same way. It's going to involve Kate Bishop jumping into getting involved in that fight too. So.
I think she gonna show up and Clint gonna beat her ass.
Really?
Let me tell you why. Two reasons, right? One, my best friend is dead. I
Hmm.
watched her die. You are coming to attack me in the guise of my best friend because she's a widow. So when he sees her, he's gonna be like, "Oh, you trying to be funny, huh, bitch?"
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Clint has beaten that before. People
Hmm.
always forget this.
Hmm.
He is the reason why she defected. He beat her ass, had her dead to
Hmm.
rights,
Hmm.
and she and was like, instead of killing you, why don't you do something good? Why don't you become part of Shield? And she was like, okay, but there's stuff I gotta finish. I'll help
Hmm.
you finish it, then you be, with Shield. And that's when, the blowing up of the building and everything happened. But people always forget he beat her.
Hmm.
And that's why she defected. She beat him in the Avengers, but that wasn't him. He was under mind
Hmm.
control. Clint is a beast, bro. And
Hmm.
if Yelena comes stupid, he gonna put her down, and then he'll be like, "What you want? Who are you? And why are you here?"
Right.
Yeah,
Thing
it's
about
gonna be.
Yelena. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
go ahead.
ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be interesting too, because depending on when she shows up, how far along in Kate Bishop's training is Clint gonna be in with her? Because imagine if both of them jumping and beat her ass.
Right.
Because Clint's
Facts.
older. It's
Mhm.
2023. This ain't the young Clint we got here.
But he
Right?
also ain't that same Clint who's a generally nice guy no more. Neither he
Yeah,
been
he's
he's
wrong.
been Ronin for 5 years, and he just watched his best friend die. So he
My
probably gonna be a little upset.
my question I have about Yelena, was she dusted?
That's a very good
That's a good
question.
question. Yeah. If she show up looking
And
exactly the same, then that don't
right,
be answering that one.
because if she, that means she'll be the same age. She wouldn't be 5 years older, you know. And the crazy thing is, like, she didn't figure out her sister was dead until she actually came back from being dusted. So, and then
Oof.
another thing too is, how does she know that she's dead,
Probably
and who
Ross.
and who buried her, or not who buried her, but yeah, who made her tombstone?
I'm guessing the Avengers did, because their lives are kind of public knowledge
Hmm.
Hmm.
because they're celebrities at the end of the day. You know, when Tony Stark died, the world knew. You know,
Hmm.
they let it out. I'm pretty sure that they had, uh, the news, and not like TMZ or no shit like that, but like CNN and stuff like, Avengers, and former Shield agent, Natasha Romanoff died, giving her life to bring everybody back. Okay, cool. I can see that. So she probably was watching the news at a bar one day and saw that her sister died and was fucking just
But it, but it,
devastated.
if that's the truth, then she wouldn't believe that old girl, that she wouldn't believe what old girl said to her, saying that she killed him, that he
Well, I
killed her.
mean, you can believe that she's dead, but the news always have a slant to it. She probably didn't believe that, what the story was, even when she first heard, or she might not even believe what Val's saying. She
Hmm.
might just be like, "This is my chance to get answers." So it's a
Hmm.
possibility that a fight doesn't even take place. She might show
Hmm.
up and be like, "I need to talk to you."
Hmm.
He'd be like, "Oh, okay, who are you?" And
Hmm.
or he might even remember him and that was best, best,
They
best,
were
best
close.
friends. He
Yeah.
might already know who she is,
Hmm.
So, and there might be one of them situations where Yelena and Kate are fighting, and Hawkeye shows up and like, wait, no, stop! I know who this is. What are you doing here? So I just want him to beat her ass because I'm an asshole, to be honest. But
Well,
um, I can't
it's
wait for the
interesting.
dialogue because they're both hilarious.
Hmm.
Speaking
You
of
know,
which, speaking of news, also, yeah, they accidentally confirmed that both Hawkeye and Miss Marvel will be out before the end of 2021. So we got a lot more shows coming out on Disney Plus.
Oh,
eh,
I thought you meant out, like they're not going to be in the MCU anymore. Like,
No, 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 not out, not kicked
oh
out.
no.
They'll be released this year. Both shows will be released this year, so
okay,
they'll be
so
fairly soon because it's the end of July. So
okay,
That's
so they're
exciting.
going to introduce Miss Marvel, and yeah, they'll have, and we'll have two others. So we'll have two other shows before the year's over, which is cool because
yeah.
this What If series is going to give us a lot of content.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be balling. I just can't wait to see. Seeing the zombies gave me hope because
Hmm.
that's one of them stories that's really out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Avengers, zombie Avengers.
the Marvel
Yeah.
zombies. I want to see
Hmm.
Deadpool in there because Deadpool was one of the key things in Marvel zombies.
And I like with this What If series is that this is just basically quickly just giving us different things that happened in the timeline if somebody else showed up, right? So now that we got the multi timelines in the multiverse, now we can tell these what if stories. Like they said, what if Killmonger saved Iron Man, or Tony Stark before he turned into Iron Man, and what would have happened then?
Even with the
That's a
MCU
really
as a
interesting
whole.
story. Right, right.
Oh yeah.
Or if what you get, Captain Britain, right?
Hmm.
If old girl was became the super soldier. So
Which is
yeah.
very, 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 very relevant to the multiverse
Mm-hmm.
because the Captain
Mm-hmm.
Britain Corps is a multiversal corps.
Mm-hmm.
It exists as all the Captain Britons over the multiverse is the Captain
Mm-hmm.
Britain Corps. So that alone has implications, which is pretty awesome. And I
Mm-hmm.
love Peggy Carter. She's a badass,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. Oh, Amelia Clark also on Jimmy Kimmel confirmed that she will be in Secret Invasion on Disney Plus. Any guesses who she'll be playing?
Secret Invasion?
Yeah.
No.
Like,
I don't
Amelia.
know. I'm tired of Amelia Clark.
Well, she's been doing all these sci-fi shows ever since Game of Thrones. Might as well get her Marvel creds. I mean, they gave it to Jon Snow and
Facts.
everyone else. They're in Marvel now. So
Yeah, you got two more Game of Thrones. Oh yeah, actually yeah, and then
And Peter Dinklage was in Thor. I mean, not Thor, but
Dinklage,
Avenger.
Natalie Dormer was in Captain America, very briefly, but she was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, I guess it is time for your Game of Thrones people to show up. Still
I mean, they
get
already
yeah.
had one in X Men, so
Yeah, multiple in X-Men.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we're not gonna talk about Sophie Turner. She
hey,
was
that
bad.
hey, that might be canon, man. Remember.
It's bad though.
You think they're gonna have her play Elektra?
No, man, if they'll bring a Lodi Young back, dog, snap, bro. Knock it off. You already got the perfect Electra. Don't do that. Nah. They'll be making the same mistake twice. You cast this super white girl as Electra, who is very very obviously not white. Like don't do that. No, that's a mistake.
Did they already cast Spider Woman?
Not
No, not
not
yet.
not physically. They cast my girl as her voice actor, um, Issa Rae, and I think the next Spider Verse, but a physical one, no. But I don't think
Because
she'll look good with black hair anyway.
because the character list that I'm seeing here is unless she's playing like somebody like that's not a superhero. They got Spider Woman that hasn't been introduced, um, and that's pretty much it. That's from the Mighty Avengers. Then the new Avengers, yeah, you got Echo, but
Echo's already
Echo's already
cast.
cast. Yeah,
Mhm.
so Invisible Woman from Fantastic Four. Do you think?
Oh, I
Oh,
don't know. Mm.
oh yeah, that might be it.
Uh,
You think that might be it?
I don't want it
uh,
to. Well, actually, you know what? I'm not.
eh.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
You got
She's
White Queen.
definitely not. Listen,
Yeah.
I know the fans love. Listen, I know the fans love Emilia Clarke from Game of Thrones, and they think she's like the sexiest woman on the planet. Listen, no, knock it off.
Not Emma
The White
Frost.
Queen is literally just dripping that shit. Okay, that's part of her persona. She no,
No,
sorry.
and
What
you,
about what
and
about
you can,
Jewel?
no, that's Jessica Jones.
That's just okay.
That's
Mockingbird.
Jessica
No,
Jones.
Mockingbird. I don't know how good is her martial arts because they okay Mockingbird. They got a perfect Mockingbird from Agents of Shield. I'm sorry, bring that actress back.
Hmm.
Orville,
Yeah, that's
Orville's
my
in
girl. That's my
it.
girl.
I
She,
mean,
she
that's all the people that I'm thinking that either can that's females could play her. What they got? Songbird.
I'm
Um.
leaning towards Sue Richards now that you threw that in the atmosphere.
Yeah,
Hmm.
It fits.
yeah,
Hmm.
and Songbird and the other one that you mentioned, yeah, those are X Men characters. So yeah,
Hmm.
I don't think they're gonna do X Men: The Secret Invasion just yet. So yeah, I'm thinking it might be Sue
What if
Richards.
they make her Quake?
Well,
Oh,
that's well,
don't.
she can't come back. Well, currently she can't come back. She's busy with Powerpuff Girls.
Right. So they could make her Quake.
But then again, they say they're gonna make Quake a mutant again. So then that's the X Men problem.
Hmm.
Yeah, facts. But at the end of the day, man, Chloe ain't stupid. If they be like, yeah, we know you doing Powerpuff Girls, but we got a bag for you, she'll be like, I don't know, maybe Bubbles dies. Because they got a bag for me. It
Oh
had
no,
a
she's
lot of
Blossom.
zeros
She's a
on it.
leader. She got red
Oh,
hair.
that's even worse. It'd be even worse when she leaves then. Because that Disney bag cannot be ignored.
Sorry, Warner Brothers.
All right. Any other news we got?
Uh,
Uh,
that's about it so far.
revive me.
You playing Gears of War?
No,
Oh.
I was playing Mass Effect 3, but one of my people actually died. I'm playing on Insanity,
Oh
and
wow.
I had to go revive them. They was dead
Oh.
underneath somebody too. It's funny.
Other than what's his name? Any other shows that you guys wanna, other than Masters of the Universe, you guys want to promote that you guys are watching?
See, Masters of the Universe just got done watching Superman and Lois, and my happiness went to mediocrity after a certain episode. So my
Oh,
hopes went to how did you do this
mhm.
in CW typical fashion. So yeah, that's something I'd like to talk about eventually. Things were
Yeah,
going
we're gonna
well.
have to do another where does CW go after this. I'm about to catch up with all the CW shows and
Yeah,
see. We're gonna have to do another recap of CW again.
yeah,
I
and,
So,
and Flash with their season finale officially went to what the hell you should have took your time territory.
mm,
Also, all I can say is why lightsabers? Why you don't need to turn
oh.
Oh
people
yeah,
I
that
saw
shit
a
was
clip where
stupid.
they had like a whole bunch of Zooms fighting against each other.
Oh no, not Zooms. It was Godspeed.
Godspeed. Godspeed
Godspeed,
is so
yeah.
fast that he can be in more than one place at once. He's faster than all of them, bro.
No, I
Like
know that,
Godspeed
but
is
he was like
ridiculous
fighting himself.
because he's that fast. I'm serious. Like that nigga fast.
It reminded me of a Power Rangers episode. Like you know how like Power Rangers is right now, like just like a old Sentai, a whole bunch of Godspeeds fighting each other, and then you just turn around and see somebody.
Hmm. Yeah, I had to look it up too. But back to Amelia Clark. There was an interview. She accidentally dropped a few hints, and you might be right. It might be Jessica Drew, Spider Woman.
Oh
Mm.
no. Don't do that.
She did play a key role in Secret Invasion, though. So
She's
Yes.
important. I love Spider Woman, but and this is just me. But
You mean they're not gonna pull up and make a what's her name? Oh girl, Zendaya, Spider
oh,
Woman,
isn't they? Isn't, that would be
Zendaya.
cool.
nah, she's
But
Mary Jane. Now we're gonna stick with that.
the
She's
thing
not
the
Mary
thing
Jane.
Her initials is
She's
MJ.
MJ. Yeah, but she's
the
not
thing
Mary
about
Jane.
it is Amelia Clark showed to me that action ain't her thing as Sarah Connor.
hmm
But she didn't have
Spider
that
Woman.
Marvel workout training. She got the Disney plan now.
We'll see. We'll see because Spider Woman is an agent, a sword, first and foremost, bro. She is not one of those superheroes. Oh, I'm on a computer and then some time to time. No, I'm in the field, bro. I'm
hmm
out here. I'm about to go beat his ass. Okay. And I got my doubts, man. I would much rather see her as Sue because Sue, even though she's in the field, is very much a support role. You know, oh,
hmm
I'll make sure everybody has shields, make sure nobody dies. I'd rather see her do that because I believe in that. Now I'll give her the benefit of the doubt because I've been wrong before. Not very often,
But hey,
but it's happened.
but she'll be walking out buff on that Marvel workout plan because you know that might mess around, might come out buffer than Kumail Nanjiani. Shit.
Yeah, he looked great. He looks great. Hey, she might come out looking like Natalie Portman.
Yeah,
Yep.
Natalie Portman's pretty buff now too.
Cause she's swole as hell. It looked
As I,
hmm
weird, bro.
as I
hmm
said, that Disney workout plan, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt if she playing Spider Woman because that hand to hand combat was her thing too.
Yes, it is. She did not
Disney
play.
workout plan for $40 a month. That's gonna.
Don't tempt them. They probably are working on that. The Marvel Disney workout plan.
Do you want to look like Chris Hemsworth?
Chris Pratt in the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
Hey, listen, if
Do
they
not
put
want
that
to end up like Fat Thor.
if they put that Killmonger boy on a DVD, I'll buy it.
Right.
Hell yeah, I get the dots and everything, nigga. I get all the little bitches. I'll be hey.
Oh man! All right. Well, with that, thank you guys for watching Saturday Morning Serial. Remember, we are here live every Saturday morning, like a '90s cartoon. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe wherever you watch, whether it's on YouTube, Spotify, or Facebook. Comment. Make sure you let us know how you feel about the episode and any other questions that you guys have. We will answer them. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. All right, we're good.
We clear?
Yeah, we are clear. So,
1 second.